If you're over 50 and wondering why that stubborn belly just won't flatten, even though you're walking, eating healthy, and doing your best, you're not alone. Every week I see people who are doing almost everything right, except for a few quiet culprits hiding in plain sight on their plates. Today, I want to talk with you, not about another fad diet, but about 5 everyday foods that can make the difference between fighting your body and working with it. And before we go further, all right, let's breathe, take a sip of water, and begin. When we cross 50, our bodies change in quiet ways. Hormones shift, muscle mass drops. Our metabolism slows, about 1 to 2% per decade after 40. It's easy to think, I must be doing something wrong. But often, you're not. You're simply living in a body that processes food differently than it did 20 years ago. Let me tell you about Mary, a 56-year-old retired teacher who came to see me. She walked 3 miles a day, tracked her calories, and rarely touched dessert. But every year, her waistline grew a little. She'd sigh, "Dr. Harris, it feels like my metabolism packed up and left." What Mary didn't realize, and what most people over 50 don't, is that her insulin sensitivity had declined. The same breakfast that kept her slim at 35 was now quietly signaling her body to store fat around her organs. The culprit wasn't overeating. It was hidden foods that made her body store more than it burned. So today, let's uncover those 5 culprits and talk about what to do instead. 1. Added sugars and sugary drinks. Let's start with the sweetest offender. Added sugar, especially in drinks. It's in sodas, flavored coffees, healthy smoothies, and even sports drinks. Here's the problem. After 50, your body becomes less efficient at handling glucose. Every sugary sip spikes insulin, your storage hormone. And insulin's favorite storage site? The belly. 1 can of soda can flood your system with more sugar than your cells can use. What's unused gets stored as visceral fat, that invisible layer that wraps around your organs, increasing your risk for diabetes and heart disease. So what's the fix? Replace liquid sugar with hydration that heals. Water, green tea, herbal infusions, or water flavored with a slice of citrus or cucumber. Every time you skip a sugary drink, you give your body permission to burn fat again. And yes, even that vitamin drink on sale for $3 is usually just soda in a fancier bottle. 2. Refined carbohydrates. Next up, refined carbs. White bread, pastries, pasta, muffins, and crackers that melt in your mouth. They digest fast, act like sugar, and send the same insulin surge that locks fat into your midsection. At 35, you could handle it. At 55, your muscle mass has declined, and muscle is what burns glucose. That means every croissant is now a bigger test for your blood sugar than it used to be. What to do? Don't give up carbs. Just choose the ones with fiber. Whole oats, barley, lentils, quinoa, old-style sourdough bread. When fiber slows digestion, insulin stays calm, and your belly stays smaller. If you love baking, try substituting half the white flour for almond or oat flour. You'll get the comfort without the crash. Third on the list, ultra-processed foods. These are the chips, frozen dinners, protein bars, and drive-through meals engineered for bliss. They combine sugar, fat, and salt in ways that hijack your brain's reward system. But here's the sneaky part. Most processed foods are inflammatory. They cause tiny sparks of inflammation that make your body store fat around your belly. Studies from the NIH show that when people eat ultra-processed foods, they automatically eat about 500 more calories per day, even when meals are matched for nutrients. Your body literally loses its natural brakes. So what's the fix? Eat food that still looks like food. A handful of nuts instead of a bag of chips. Greek yogurt instead of a protein bar. Homemade soup instead of a microwaved dinner. The less barcodes on your plate, the more your body can breathe again. 4. Excess alcohol. Now, I know this one's sensitive. A glass of wine at dinner, a beer with friends, a nightcap to unwind. But let's talk honestly. Alcohol contains 7 calories per gram, almost as much as fat, and your body burns it before anything else. That means while your liver is busy processing that glass of wine, it stops burning fat. Add hormonal shifts, slower liver metabolism after 50, and those calories head straight for your midsection. Moderation is key. For some, that means a glass once or twice a week. For others, none at all. Try swapping your evening drink for sparkling water with lime or a splash of cranberry juice. It keeps the ritual without the belly cost. 5. Processed meats and excess saturated fats. Finally, processed meats, bacon, sausage, deli cuts, and heavy saturated fats. These foods raise inflammation and worsen insulin resistance. Over time, that makes belly fat harder to lose, and your heart work harder. You don't have to go vegan, but choose your fats wisely. Favor olive oil, avocado, nuts, and fish over butter or fried foods. Choose lean proteins. Grilled chicken, lentils, wild-caught salmon. The goal isn't restriction. It's retraining your taste buds to enjoy clean, real flavors again. And believe me, your energy, your sleep, and your waistline will thank you. I know this can sound like a lot, but remember, belly fat isn't just about appearance. It's about what's happening inside. Visceral fat, the kind that wraps around your liver and intestines, acts like an organ of its own, releasing chemicals that raise your risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and cancer. The good news? It's also the first fat your body lets go of once you change how you eat. Within a few weeks of reducing these foods, many of my patients notice not just smaller waists, but lighter mornings, clearer thinking, and calmer digestion. So don't wait for perfection. Start small. Start today. Over the next 7 days, try a simple experiment. Eliminate or cut down these 5 foods. Notice how your body feels. Write it down, not as a diet, but as a conversation with your body. Ask, what makes me feel lighter? Clearer? More alive? And if this video resonated with you, I'd love for you to join our community. Subscribe. Share this with someone over 50 who's ready to take their health back, and drop a comment below. Which of these 5 foods is the hardest for you to cut? I'll read everyone. I'm Dr. William Harris, reminding you, we're not just adding years to life, we're adding life to years. Stay well, my friends. Until next time.